Hi, everybody. It's Allie Phillips, and welcome to part 8 of our self-care year of you. So I am going to go ahead and anybody who's on video, could you take the video off because it does impact the recording? So here, thank you very much. So we are in August, if you can believe that, but we are in self-care through community. So anything that I'm going to talk about is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And so if you're not familiar with who I am a former prosecuting attorney. I am a legal educator and public speaker. I travel the globe. And I specialize in animal abuse and how it links to family violence. I'm an author, I'm an advocate on behalf of animals and vulnerable victims. And as a result of that work, I founded and I am now the CEO of a nonprofit called Sheltering Animals and Families Together, the safety program, where I help domestic violence shelters create on-site pet kennels. And I do this all over the world. And I'm also a healing business owner. Manifested Harmony is the name of my business. I created it in 2011. And I focus on energy healing and essential oils and how they blend together to help people and pets. And pets are really my specialty. And I love to educate about essential oils and what they do and how they can really help you. And as a result of all of that, I am a huge self-care seeker. So I love to educate to help all of you, but this year of self-care is also for me because, as you can see, I do a lot and I need a lot of self-care. If you have not picked up your copy of The Oily Pet, you can get it off of my website, manifestedharmony.com, and this is going to walk you through safe essential oil methods for cats and dogs. And so, like I said, we are in the year of you. We are in month 8, if you can believe that. I can't believe it's August. August is my birthday celebration month. I'm doing all these birthday extravaganza giveaways for my essential oil team. So we're focused on community. And next month, we are focused on self-care through learning, because learning is a great way to take care of yourself. So that webinar is going to be on Wednesday, September 11th. And you can register on my website. So I decided to do this year of self-care because I have yet to meet a person who isn't struggling with self-care, because we're juggling a lot. We have families, we have work responsibilities, we have things that we want to do in our lives. And at the end of the day, a lot of us feel burned out. And so we just don't take any steps towards what we want. And so in 2019, I am choosing to take care of myself so that I can achieve what I want to achieve and do it so that I'm not exhausted. Because come December, I am usually curled up on the couch in a blanket with my cats and a Hallmark movie the entire month because I go, go, go all year and I burn out. That is not going to happen this year. So self-care is hugely important. If you want to go back and watch any of the other prior webinars, because each month has a different topic, just go to my YouTube page, type in Manifested Harmony, and you're going to see the playlist. So August is Self-Care in Community Month. So I want to thank all of you for existing in my little galaxy that I have here. But what does this really mean? Like, Allie, what are you talking about? Self-care through community. What is that? This is all about connecting, not only in your work, but personally. And so I would love to know from those of you who are here on the live discussion, I would love for you to post a comment of what it means to you to have self-care through your community. So go ahead and type that in there. And I'm not going to identify you by name, so just go ahead and type that in there. Watch, I'll in 2 seconds forget and identify you by name, but no, don't worry about that. So what I'm going to focus on is starting by looking at the people around you. Do they support you? Do they protect you? Do they treat you well? Because when you have, yes, all right, so I'm already seeing a comment, supportive people that surround you. Yes, 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 yes. Because when you have that, and you have that community around you, the self-care comes from your tribe. These are the people that you crave spending time with, that nurture you, lift you up. You feel good when you're around them. You are your best. You are your authentic self. You can easily share with them without fear and judgment. You feel safe with them. They cheer you on. They have your back. If you don't have this community around you, it's draining on all energy levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It will wear you down. It will wear down your confidence, and it'll wear you down in how you experience life to where you feel exhausted. And I know this because been there, done that. I mean, I really, really know this. And it takes work to get around this. So I'm going to talk about things that you can do. I'm going to talk about some really, really, really super amazing essential oils that can really help you with mindset shifts around this. So who is in your tribe? Like, think about this. Like, who's in your tribe that you say, these are my people? Is it your friends? Is it your coworkers or your business colleagues where you feel like, yes, these are my supportive people. These are the people that I can go to. These are the people that I trust. Is it family? Is it a community group? Is it a church? Is it, are you in a community service group like Rotary or Lions Club or Kiwanis or Zonta? Is it a club? Like maybe you have a book club or a cooking club or a kayaking club. Is it a volunteer group? Do you volunteer with animals? Do you volunteer with kids? Do you volunteer with the elderly? Or is it just kindred spirits? These are just people that they just fall into a very special category of kindred spirit. Like they get you. And you may not need to see them all the time. You may not need to talk to them all the time. They may not even live in your community. They could be completely across the globe. They are your kindred spirit. I have a kindred spirit in Australia. She was my high school pen pal when she lived in New Zealand, and now she's in Australia. And over the years, I mean, we're talking a lot of years, a lot, like a lot of decades. And she came to see me once. About 2 years ago, I went to see her, and it's like no time had been between us at all. That is a kindred spirit. I know if anything goes down in my life, even though she is literally and figuratively and physically halfway across the world, she's got my back. I know that. That's a kindred spirit. So who's in your tribe? Like, start thinking about this. Who's in your tribe? And if you come to the conclusion that, Allie, I really don't know who's in my tribe. And the people that I think are in my tribe, I actually don't want them in my tribe. Or, maybe I have one person in my tribe. We're gonna talk about this. Because, I love this quote by Winnie the Pooh, of course, because, I mean, the thing is, having a big tribe and a big community should not be the goal, because that can actually be stressful. To have a lot of people around you, even if you trust them all, that's a lot of people pulling on you to do things. It's about the quality of your community, and do they stress you out, even if it's in a good way, or do you feel like you can exhale because it's just so effortless? I mean, do you feel you have the right size and the right quality of people around you? Because when you look to the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most, that is what you end up being. That is your energy. That is how you show up in the world. So if you are surrounded by a bunch of negative people, though as hard as you may try to stay positive, you will start to become it. If you hang around people who are unmotivated, they don't have any goals, they have no dreams, they have no intentions in life, that is what you will do to keep the status quo. It may not even be conscious. It could be subconscious. You just keep the status quo. Don't rock the boat. Don't try to be too much of a go-getter. So it's really important to friend up, as I call it, and really look at the average of the 5 people that you hang out with, because that is you. That is you. So I also like to look at whether your tribe, how is that a reflection of your energy? Because those are the people that you're drawing in. So if you don't like what you're looking at, a good way to connect is to get out. At the end of the day, if you are tired, it's so easy to go home and isolate. It's so easy to go home and have responsibilities with family, with kids, with pets, with other responsibilities. And you just literally go to work, come home, go to work, come home. That does not create a community. That creates isolation. So you have to go to them. So it's finding things to do that you love, finding clubs that you love, finding hangouts that you love. If you are in an essential oil team, you get your behind to the meetups. You get there to hang out with your like-minded kindred spirits, because when you go to things that you love, those are your kindred spirits. That's your tribe. That's who you want to hang out with. So if you like crystals, join a rock club or a spiritual group. If you like cooking, join a cooking class. If you like kayaking, join a kayaking group. I have really found a tribe in my Young Living team. We all get together. We are all on the same page. We are all on the same page. And I love that. If you volunteer, some of my best friends have come from volunteering with animals. So another thing that you can do is get to know your neighbors. We've just gotten into a society where nobody knows their neighbors anymore. But it's also important to get out and be in your community. So, like I said, too many people are stressed and they're exhausted, so they become homebound. They don't even know what's going on in their community. And I know this all too well because I was like this. When I was a prosecutor, working huge, long, stressful hours, and then volunteering with animals on top of it, I had no time to get out in my community. Now I'm hugely involved in my community, and it's like, I had no idea this stuff was here. These events, these festivals, these fairs, these businesses, these community groups. So while you may be able to find your community online, the quality of that tribe really comes from personal interactions. And you can certainly do something like this where you see each other and you can talk, but getting out to events and festivals and local events and talking to people, like, stop doing this. Get your face out of your phone and communicate and talk to people when you're out and you see people. So when I moved back to Michigan, it was really important for me to network for all of my businesses. So I've learned things about my community that's super awesome. And I have met and befriended some amazing people, some amazing business owners. And had I not gotten out and done this, I would be living a very isolated and very lonely life, because I run 2 home-based businesses. Just because they're home-based doesn't mean I am based at home. So this is really important, to get out. So if you're looking at your tribe around you and you're thinking, ugh, I need to do better, it's on you. Go to them. Go to where these people are that you know you want to connect with. So what happens then when you find your tribe? Invariably, there's personalities. Okay? There's personalities. So how can you take care of yourself when there are such diversity in personalities? No one is immune from being stressed out by the people around them, right? Even if it's your tribe, they could say something that stresses you out. Like today, I had to have a very tough love, but from the heart conversation with a friend that I'm very concerned about. And so I had to take care of myself in that discussion, and wanted to leave her not only with some truth that she needed to hear, but make sure that she's taking care of herself in the process. Most people don't do that. So this is a good chart to remember. And if you've never seen this particular chart, it's from a book called Full Spectrum Success by Jacob Adamo. Jacob Adamo used to be a Young Living member. He passed away last year, very sadly, but his wife, Sarah, has taken over the business. And in his book, Full Spectrum Success, he goes into great detail how our personalities differ, how our communication differs with different personalities, how we may be a troublesome version of our primary personality or a typical version. And he teaches us how to become a true version and our best version. It's really eye-opening, and it will help you in your community of people that may fray your nerves at times. Because if you look around your tribe and your community and say, they stress me out, it's not about ditching them. It's about learning how to communicate with them. So I see a comment here that someone is a yellow first, a green second. Yes. And when you know this, you know how you come across. So for example, when I went to have my tough love conversation with my friend today, I'm a red. I am a red with a secondary blue. So I know I can come across as bossy, do this, don't do this. And so I really had to tap into my inner yellow. And I recognize this because every day I work on being a true red, because a true red is never bossy, is never, you have to do this, and reds can be very judgmental. But when you are a true red, you can really help somebody focus and see what they need to see without telling them what they need to see. So I would encourage you all, if you haven't taken the test, just Google Jacob Adamo, Adamo, color personality quiz. You can take it for free. It'll give you your score, and it'll really help you understand. But he's got 2 books out, but start with Full Spectrum Success. And then I already forgot the name of his second book, but it is phenomenal. So I really recommend that. But this really helps you get along with your tribe and helps your tribe get along with you. So one thing that I like to talk about in each monthly webinar is my top 10 self-care techniques that I do every single day. Doesn't matter what the topic is. These are the 10 things I do. So it is all about choosing joy, because if you are not choosing joy throughout your day, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that job if it doesn't bring you joy? Find the joy, find the gratitude, give yourself self-love. I use essential oils from morning to night. So I start with essential oils in the shower. I'm drinking my Ningxia Red. I'm putting my vitality oils in my water first thing in the morning and all throughout the day. I'm using essential oils in my skincare routine. I'm giving myself, some days better than others, knock on wood, 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time. We've got to have quiet time. We've got to have it. I put myself in a timeout today because it's like, Allie, shut it down. You are going at warp speed, slow it down, okay? Got to do that with ourselves. Eating whole foods at every meal, because when you are not taking care of yourself, you're stressed and you're stress eating junk. Whole foods are going to stop that. Getting moving or stretching, doesn't have to be a full-on exercise routine. Just get moving and get stretching. Progestins Plus at bedtime. Doesn't matter what age you are, from the day you start cycling as a teenager to the day you die, Progestins Plus. And that is coming from a doctor with Young Living. And then putting essential oils in your diffuser at night so that you rest. This is my daily, without fail. I'm going to do it every day. And this is something that you should do too, because it will really help you with your self-care. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who will, right? All right, so with each month, I like to talk about a different chakra. And since January, we have been moving up the body. We started with the earth chakra. We went to the root. We went to the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the zeal chakra. That was last month. And now we're at the throat because we are in self-care community month. Community means communication, okay? So having a balanced throat chakra is so important to your self-care because it's all about how you communicate with others. Because if you are not saying what you want to say, it is just going to burn up in you and turn into anger and then resentment. That's why today I was getting so concerned and upset for my friend that it's like, okay, enough. I'm going to go to her house. I'm going to ask her a lot of questions. I'm not going to tell her what to do, but I'm going to get her talking to see what's going on, because otherwise I'm going to stuff it in my throat and then I'm going to end up getting a sore throat. But your throat chakra is physically related to your thyroid, to your throat, your ears, your jaw, your neck, your voice. And so if you have trouble in these areas, your throat chakra is out of whack. If you find yourself getting colds or coughing or a tickle in the throat or allergies, or you have goiter, a runny nose, or you have thyroid issues, your chakra, throat chakra, is out of whack. So here's what you may feel with your throat chakra. If it is truly, balanced out for you, you're able to express your feelings and your thoughts clearly. You live creatively and you're eager to express it to the world. You don't suppress it. You have a gift and you share it without fear. You have good timing and rhythm in your life. You have clear speech and you're a good listener. Okay, if that doesn't sound like you, let's now talk about when the throat chakra is depleted or insufficient. You may fear speaking publicly. You may fear speaking up, either privately with somebody or in a meeting, because you're worried about judgment. You're worried about rejection. You're worried about criticism. You may do this with your spouse, your kids, your parents, your family, your job. Maybe you're afraid to do a webinar like this. You're afraid to go live on Facebook. You have a great idea for a side business and you're afraid to talk to people. If you struggle to put your feelings into words, if you're shy, if you're quiet, you may say, well, I'm an introvert. That's just how I am. I'm an introvert too. A lot of people don't know that. I'm an introvert. I'm what's called an ambivert. I can be extroverted when needed, but if I need self-care, I go in and I'm introverted. So being introverted is not an excuse. You can't use that as an excuse anymore. It just means your throat chakra is depleted. Now, what about when your throat chakra is excessively producing or inflamed? That means you talk too much. You talk as a defense mechanism. You talk in a domineering voice. You don't listen. Like you're in a conversation with somebody, and instead of listening to them, you're anticipating what you're going to say. That is an inflamed throat chakra. Now, what are the things that you can do? So I know a lot of people are very interested in crystals. I'm an advanced crystal master. And so the crystals that really help with the throat chakra are light blue crystals. Now you can use dark blue, but light blue is amazing, like blue lace agate, angelite, celestite. They are soothing. They are anti-inflammatory emotionally and physically. And so they really balance the throat chakra. So if you're listening to what I said and you're like, uh-oh, I got a problem, just take one of those crystals, set it on your throat and lay down. Do it every day. Now for essential oils, fennel is my absolutely favorite oil to use. Fennel will help you speak your truth. And when I hear people being nasty and being mean-spirited and they're called on it, they'll often say, well, I'm speaking my truth. No, speaking your truth is never mean-spirited. It is never angry. It is never to tear anybody down. It is always from a compassionate heart, even when speaking difficult truth, like what I did with my friend today. That was very difficult, but I led with questions rather than telling her, you're doing this and you're doing that. I mean, it's her life at the end of the day. She can do what she wants. But it's coming from a compassionate heart. And saying, okay, objectively, this is what I see, or this is what I feel, that's speaking truth. And fennel is the best oil. Just put it here right on your throat chakra. I also like Sacred Mountain because it protects and empowers. I like Australian Blue, the Young Living blend, because it's a blue colored oil that is grounding during conflict. I love German chamomile because it's blue colored and it brings calmness and peace. Okay, so are you getting the sense of the blue? Sacred Mountain, Australian Blue, German chamomile, all blue. The crystals, all blue. And when I talk about our essential oils as part of this topic, specific ones, they're blue. So throat chakra is very important when dealing with community. Now let's just talk about a couple of lifestyle recommendations. So I've talked about how if you do not have the tribe around you that you want, you got to go out and find it. Sitting at home is not going to bring your tribe to you. They are not going to come knocking on your door. If you're trying to build a community online, you got to get out first. Got to get out first, okay? Online is fine. You need to have a local community too. So network. Get out and network. There are networking groups all over the place. I live in a community where there are so many networking opportunities, I can't even keep up with them. Like I could just network all day and do no work. That would be awesome. But I got work to do. Join a club where you're going to find a kindred spirit. So if you love kayaking, join a kayaking club. If you love tarot cards, find a tarot card group. And if you can't find a group, create one. Create a club. I do this all the time. Back in the day, I started a book reading club. And because I worked in a profession where no one had time to read, but I love to read, I read the book for everybody and I basically gave them a book report. They loved it. They're like, this is awesome. And they kept coming and it kept getting bigger and bigger. So I created a niche for what I was good at and surrounded myself with like-minded people. So create something that's missing in your life or that you can't find in your community, and then be consistent in meeting with them. Like I have a monthly local meetup for my essential oil team. Online, they can come here. Go to Young Living events. They're all over the place. Go to convention, go to local events. There was a big event here in Lansing, Michigan last weekend. Corporate is coming with the On the Grow event next month. My team is going to be meeting up there. Go to these events because you're going to be around like-minded people. Share Young Living. Share what you love about Young Living with other people because you're going to create a community. And if it's just a little community of maybe a couple of people, that's awesome. That's awesome. So many people don't want to share and they're not talking. Stick that blue lace agate and that fennel oil or that Australian blue oil. Get that on your throat and start talking and share Young Living. And because you're going to create a tribe, but you're going to give back and help people. Plan a summer retreat. We're in summer right now. We're going into fall. Before you know it, we're going to be in winter. Plan a retreat. Grab a couple of your friends and say, hey, let's go rent a beach house. Let's go to the beach for the day. Let's go walk in the forest. Let's go do stuff. Go to a festival. If you have a Renaissance festival in your area, that is awesome. I love those things. That is a fun thing to do. Grab your people and go. You know, do something in your community. Do something in your neighborhood. Host a potluck, a neighborhood bonfire. Be out in your community. Go to events. Go to festivals. Go onto Facebook. You're going to find loads of events in your community. Just go out and start meeting people and connect with the people that you meet. Do not put your face in your phone when you're sitting at the jazz festival. Talk to the person sitting next to you. Talk to them. This is community. You never know who you're going to meet. I've met some of the most fascinating people on airplanes, sitting in airports because I'm laid over, sitting at the bar in a hotel. I mean, I've met the most fascinating people that I still stay in touch with. So just because you're an introvert or shy or quiet, work on your throat chakra and you'll be amazed at what happens. All right, let's talk about some Young Living products. So I always like to talk about products for your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body. So for your physical body, and this is the monthly challenge for my oil team, is to start using our Savvy Minerals makeup. Okay, type in the chat, have you used Savvy Minerals? Okay, you guys, Savvy Minerals, top to bottom. This stuff is awesome. Savvy Minerals is the new standard in clean beauty. Okay, I want to repeat that. The new standard in clean beauty. Let me tell you why. Have you looked at the ingredients in all of your makeup? All of it. Even the mineral makeup that you may be using. I used a very popular mineral brand for 20 some years. Oh my gosh, the stuff in it, it horrifies me. Horrifies me that I put that on my face. It is shocking that the US has only banned 11 toxic cosmetic ingredients. 11, 1. That's it. Europe has banned over 1,300. The US, 11. Young Living has banned more than 2,500. That is more than twice of the leading clean makeup brand. 2,500, that's huge. That is huge. We have options for everything. Even if you're not a makeup wearer, I mean, we've got primers. I mean, you can just get lip gloss or mascara. So this is important because it's not only going to support your physical body, but when you physically feel good, and if you wear makeup, we wear makeup because we feel good when we're wearing it. It boosts our self-confidence. That's going to get you out in your community. But this is the challenge I want to give you all. Type in the comments, have you hosted a Savvy Minerals party? Even if you just invited your best friend or your sister. Type in the comments, have you hosted a party? Here's the thing that I most often hear. Well, Allie, I don't have all the products. Neither do I. They keep adding so many, I can't even keep up. I've lost track of the lipsticks. I have totally lost track. You don't have to have them all. All you need is just a couple. And then show them the ingredients. Like just pull up the website, savvyminerals.com. Go through the website. There's your class. You don't have to know anything. You guys, stop overthinking this. Women are poisoning themselves with makeup. If you love your tribe and your community, you have a moral obligation to tell them this, okay? I'm going to get all red. We just talked about the red personalities. They can be a little bossy. I'm getting all red all over all y'all. You've got to talk to people about this, okay? If you're in my team, message me and say, Allie, I'm bringing people over. Pull out all your makeup. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'll do it. And if you have an upline that has some of the makeup, contact them and say, I'm coming over with my friend. We need a Savvy tutorial, okay? So please, please, please do that. So yeah, so I'm looking at what you're all saying. You have the mascara, you have the lipstick, you have the mineral foundation. Yeah, they have beautiful eyeshadow shades. And here's the thing. Forget about whether you're a warm palette or a cool palette, because I am wearing, look at this lip, look at this. You see that hot pink? This is Mic Drop. This is a cool color. I am a warm palette. I'm wearing a cool pink, a cool hot pink lipstick. It looks great. This makeup adapts to your skin tone and color. Absolutely adapts, and it looks different on everybody. Got to get this out to people, okay? Y'all got to pinky promise me that you're going to do this, okay? I don't want you to get off of this and say, oh, I have no one to talk to. Yeah, you do. You got people to talk to. Start talking about this. Now, to help you emotionally, because I just threw out a challenge to you all, emotionally, because Young Living just ended its relationship with the Ula guys, which makes me quite sad, but I'm sure there's a reason. Get the Ula Friends oil. This smells divine. This smells divine. It is 21 powerful oils, because friends are a big part of any community and any tribe. Because if your friends are not supportive and cheering you on, they will poison your community. Yeah, I know. They're not. They ended the relationship. So I don't know if Young Living's going to continue the Ula oils. When they're gone, they could be gone. So if you have any of the 9 Ula oils that you love, get them now, because they may not come back. I don't know. We haven't been told. But this smells amazing. It will help you with building healthy friendships and a healthy tribe, because it brings you into harmony so that those around you feel in harmony, because what you put out is what you draw in. So this will bring on feelings of self-empowerment and confidence and self-esteem. It will end the need to please others at your expense. I know this because I have a rescuer's mentality, and I keep rescuing people even though they don't want it. I'll rescue animals all day long, but people, it's like, if you don't want to be rescued, if you don't want help, I'm handing you a Willy Wonka golden ticket, and if you don't want it, I'm moving on. I'm here if you need me, but I'm moving on. Friends helped me do that. And this allows you to show up authentically. So, oh, I love the smell of this oil. How much do I have left? Ooh, oh, I almost have a full bottle. I need to get another one. All right, so that's for your emotional body. Now let's talk about your mental body, your thoughts, your belief systems. Blue tansy. Now here's the thing, blue tansy is a little pricey. And if this is shocking your wallet, it's also in Valor, and it's in Peace and Calming. It's in a lot of other blends, but those are about the 2 biggest ones. Now, this supports your nervous system by relaxing and soothing stress and irritation. Think about your community. If they're stressing you out and they're irritating you, blue tansy is going to help. Oh, by the way, it's blue. Remember, we talked about the throat chakra? Blue? You catching the theme here? So it's in Valor, it's in Peace and Calming, it's in Acceptance blend. So that gives you an idea of what it does. This is a very high vibrational oil. It helps us to rise above and respond with grace to negativity in our community. Because if you respond with negativity, it's going to keep coming back. It's like a ping pong, okay? You can end it. You can end it with kindness and compassion. Considering here in the US, we are coming into an election year, we need to blue tansy the heck out of everything. It helps us to release anger and control and go with the flow. It can calm chaotic situations, which happens in communities. Even in, like, if you have a very healthy community, there's always conflict. So it helps to calm overwhelm, especially if you feel you're going to do or say something that's harsh. Okay, so again, that's a throat chakra oil. And then your spiritual oil is gathering. Oh, this is a blend of lavender, black spruce, frankincense, geranium, sandalwood, ylang-ylang, vetiver, cinnamon, and rose. I diffuse this when I go to events and people gather because it's so unique. It smells amazing. This blend helps you to rise above the chaos and draw in calmness. So it's perfect when you want to gather your right community. So when you have an event, you invite friends over, or you start a club and invite them over, diffuse gathering, because then you will all be of like energy. This oil is also about gathering your energy towards a spiritual purpose. So it balances the body, the mind, the spirit. It allows you to release negativity. Oh, I love the smell of this. So when you're feeling scattered and you just don't know what direction to go and you don't know what to do, gather your energy with this oil. That is a good one. All right, looking at comments. Blue tansy is your daily jam. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Blue tansy, I also call the oil of kicking fear in the butt. It kicks fear in the butt. It's why it's in Valor. It's why it's in Peace and Calming. It's why it's in Acceptance. That's what I love it for. So, all right. So those are the products for self-care through community. All right. I always love to make book recommendations, and boy, do I've got some powerhouses here. So I do break them down: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. So for your physical body, the book by John Maxwell called Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. Unbelievable. This man's written 70 some books, all on leadership. And this is a great book about not talking at people, but really communicating, really listening, leading with questions, how to reach people. So whether it's in business or in your personal life, this is an awesome book. For your emotional body, I just listened to this last week. I was on my birthday trip to up north in Michigan, and I listened to this on the road. It is not at all what I thought it was going to be about, because I thought, oh, braving the wilderness. Okay, we'll see what that is. It is all about belonging, and it's how to find belonging by being who you are and not changing it. Because if you are not you, you are not going to attract in your tribe. If you are not able to speak, you are not going to attract in your tribe. If you are not sharing your gifts with the world, you will not attract in your tribe. Okay? This is a phenomenal book. Phenomenal. For your mental body, Getting Noticed by Lindsay Teague Moreno. Lindsay Teague Moreno is a World Crown Diamond in Young Living, and she is kick-ass. She's a red personality. She's my jam. I love her. This is a book that helps you navigate your online community. So I highly recommend getting it. And then for your spiritual self, Culture Code by Daniel Coyle. I am still going through this book. This is an intense book, but it's all about how to create a culture in your community, because that's how you inspire people. That's how you connect. It's how you empower them to take action. If you don't have culture, you can't ask anybody to do a darn thing. You can't. And part of culture is being authentic, being you, being able to communicate. I love these books. I highly recommend them. So here's the thing. You have to run with your message, because people needed it yesterday. We all have something in us. We all have a message. We all have a gift. We all have something to give. And if you are not giving it, if you are waiting until you retire, or if you're waiting until you have time, or waiting until your kids leave the house, it's too late. It's too late, because no one's guaranteed tomorrow. You have to run with your message. Why do you think I do this? Every month, like clockwork, I'm showing up. You can be in any Young Living team. You can be in another essential oil company. You could not have any clue what essential oils are. I'm showing up to run with a message, because people needed it yesterday. This is so critical, so very critical. And so if you are not in Young Living, whoever invited you to this, if you're watching this on the recording, get with them and get your starter kit. If no one invited you, contact me. I will help you get your starter kit and get started, because this is a community. What are we talking about? Self-care with community. This is a community, and people want community in a world where so much is online and it's so hard to connect. But for all of you that are here, I'm so thankful for all of you who are here. I think it's wonderful. And I recognize your names because I see you guys online. So thank you for that. So if you are not following me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. I've got all the webinars from this series, and you can just watch them. Put them on your phone, listen to them when you're in your car. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And so at that point, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And for those of you who are here live, start typing your questions, but I am just going to end the recording for right now. So thanks for joining in.